This is Ray, K6NLB, Net Control Station for the SOARA Tuesday Night Net. Before we begin, is there any emergency or priority traffic? If so, please call now. Right, let's begin. This is the SOARA South Orange Amateur Radio Association's weekly membership net. This net is held every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Pacific Time on the SOARA linked repeaters. That's on Santiago Peak, 447.180 megahertz and 224.640 megahertz. And on a linked repeater to Temple Hill and Laguna Beach, 147.645 megahertz. You can find out more about our organization at our website. It's SOARA.org. That's Sierra Oscar Alpha Romeo Alpha dot Oscar Romeo Golf. This is a directed net, so please direct all traffic through this net control station, K6NOV. This net is open to all licensed amateur radio operators, and not only do we welcome, but we encourage guest check-ins. Let's begin the net with announcements. Any announcements for the net, please call now.
W6EAT unless Ray A6H is out there.
Hi, Dale. Got you acknowledged. One more call. Any announcements for the net, please call now. All right, Dale, why don't you take it and do your announcement? W6EDT, K6NLB.
Well, thank you, Ray, and thanks for running the net. This is W6EDT. Wanted to announce a couple things. We're going to have a SOARA Saturday this coming Saturday, I believe it is, 9 to noon at the Murray Center in Mission Viejo. Typical. I think it's going to be in a different room this time than the usual one, but the front desk will have let you know where it's at. And the other thing is we're having Winter Field Day, the 24th of January. Probably not the 25th, even though it's technically still part of Winter Field Day. And we'll probably start operating around 9 o'clock in the morning, something like that. Bring your antennas, bring your radios, bring everything you need, and we're going to all have a fun time, I hope. Doesn't look like there's any rain in the forecast, so that'll be good. I don't know what the temperature will be like, though. And I'll let you, Ray, K6NOV, do the propagator announcement. So anyway, thanks again. W6EDT back to net.
All right, thanks, Dale. Let's one more call. Any other announcements for the net? Please call now.
E6H, Ray.
All right, good evening, Ray. Why don't you take it? Take your announcement and AE6H, K6NOV.
Well, thanks, Ray, and of course, first of all, thanks for running the net. Just like to expand a little bit on Dale's announcement about Winter Field Day. There seems to be a misconception that some people are thinking, well, if I don't show up at 9 and I have to stay there until 4, that's not at all the case. Like any field day, you can pretty much come and go as you like. You may want to stay longer if you're bringing radios and antennas to set up, but if you're not, feel free to stop by when you can, stay as long as you can or like, and leave when you need to. Just don't want people to think that they are committing to the entire day if they don't have that day to commit. So that's that one. And of course, the week prior to Winter Field Day, next week, is courtside. Now, a whole lot of the folks, I think, or a number of SOARA folks will be out there for at least part of the week, because that too is an event where you can stay the entire time, go early, leave late, or you can drop in for a day or two, or less, whatever fits your schedule. So just want to be sure people understand those two things. And with that, thanks again for running the net. AE6H over to net.
All right, thanks for that, Ray. And that courtside has always sounded interesting to me, but not this year for me. We'll have to check it out another year. I have an announcement for the propagator, and as most of you know, I'm the editor of the propagator as well, and always looking for articles, anything that you want to share with your fellow members. And it really doesn't have to be, you don't have to be like a great author or anything. Just jot it down, put down what your thoughts are, and get some ideas out there as far as projects you're working on or things you've done and learned and you want to share with your fellow members. anything like that is very welcome. Also, I do kind of include a link section in that propagator, so recommended links, and I try to, find good blogs and YouTube channels or videos that I've seen or been introduced to and share those along. So anything you would like to share with fellow members in that area as well, please forward that along to me. Send it all over to k6nov@SOARA.org. All right, well, let's move on to check-ins. Please call with your call sign phonetically and followed by your name. Let's do like 2 or 3 at a time. I'm still a slow writer. So check-ins, please call now.
Alpha India 6, Whiskey Echo.
The Echo, you're recognized. Any other check-ins, please call now.
Kilo Romeo 6, India, Sierra, Chris.
I got you, Chris. Any other check-ins, please call now.
November 6, Echo Sierra Golf. November 6, Echo Sierra Golf, Glenn.
All right, got you, Glenn. Any other check-ins, please call now.
WA6 LBI.
Got you, Bill. Any other check-ins, please call now.
Kilo November 6, Alpha Sierra Romeo, Dion.
All right, Dion, you're recognized. Any other check-ins, please call now.
This is Kilo November 6, Kilo Yankee Dawn.
All right, I got you, Don, and there was a double with Don. Could you please call again?
November 5, Kilo Victor.
All right, got you, Bob. Any other check-ins? Please call now. All righty. It was off to a slow start there, but we picked up a good crowd. So tonight's topic is, hey, it's the new year. Everybody's talking about resolutions and things like that. What are your plans for 2026 in ham radio? That's the topic. And anything you're looking forward to do, or maybe something you want to challenge yourself with, anything like that. So I'll tell you, I'll start with one for me, and that is Ray, 868, sent out a email a little while back, if you may have recall, that his Right Codes Club is doing a extra class. So I signed up for that, and it starts on Thursday. So I've got my book, I'm reading my first homework assignment chapters and getting ready to study for the extra exam. So that's the first thing on my list for this year, 2026. So let's go around the group, and I'll call it out right now. The break. All right, we'll start with Dale, W6EDT. Dale, hand it off to Ray, AE6H. Ray, hand it off to Mike, AI6WE. Mike, hand it off to Chris, KR6ISF. Chris, hand it off to Glenn, November 6th, Echo Sierra Golf. And then Glenn, hand it off to Phil, WA6LDI. Phil, you'll hand it off to Dion, KN6ASR. Dion, hand it off to Don, KN6KYT. And then Don, hand it off to Bob, N5KZB. And then Bob, you can hand it back to me, net control. So Dale, take it away, K6NLB.
Oh, thank you, Ray. Yeah, so I have a couple resolutions that I'm going to try. One is I'm taking a CW Office Beginners class, and I'm on my third class. Yeah, third class just was yesterday. Fourth class coming up Thursday. It's interesting, learning a lot, and actually learning to copy some characters, so I feel like I'm making progress. I'm enjoying it a lot. And thank you, Ray, for giving me the push to do it. And the other resolution I have is to complete 2 projects for every new project I want to start. So I got to finish 2, finish or abandon, formally abandon, or actually finish 2, and then I can start another one. So by the end of the year, I might have a lot fewer projects. At least that's the plan. Over to Ray, AE6H from W6EDG.
Hey, you out there? You're up. All right, you may have been one and done. So let's go over to Mike, AI6WE.
Boy, Ray, you got me with the conundrum there, because I've got so many radio things I'm working on right now. I could take the next hour to do them all and just discuss them, but I'm not that keen on hogging the radio frequency, so I'll just say I'm going to try and complete a bunch of radio projects that have been on the back burner, and I'll leave it at that. Alpha India 6 with Echo.
All right, thanks, Mike. Chris, you're up next. KR6ISS, K6NLV.
Yeah, this is KR6ISS. So I'm basically announcing I did survive my trip to the remote subantarctic island south of New Zealand, flew in from New Zealand yesterday. And that's sort of an amateur radio resolution because all these islands are de-expedition material and has had them on there. But and it was a pretty tough trip. Rough seas, cold, remote, rough hiking on the islands, so on. It banged up a bit, but I'm back okay. I think I sent some pictures to Dale of with some of the stuff we saw, all the thousands and thousands of penguins and sea mammals, but how you could set up a de-expedition station under the conditions I could see on these islands would be just horrendous. It's just a place for animals and not for people. That was a very unusual experience, to say the least. But I got through it okay. Anyhow, I'll send it on to the next fellow. I think it was Glenn, was his name. KR6ISS.
Yeah, this is Glenn, November 6th, Echo Sierra Golf. Well, I've been sort of inactive in ham radio for the last couple of years, so my New Year's resolution is to get more active. Especially, I want to get back into FTA. I was active on FTA for quite a while. Getting my contacts around the world on and launch. I got into Russia, Indonesia, places like that. I want to get back into it. My antenna broke. That's one of the problems. My antenna broke. It was just a fiberglass pole with a wire running up it. And the antenna broke off at the top where the fiberglass gets thin, and the whole wire fell to the ground. So my resolution is to get back into ham radio, especially FT8 for New Year. And with that, I'm going to pass it on to Phil. Take it, Phil.
Oh, thank you, Glenn. This is Phil, WA6LDI, and again, I'd like to thank Dale for his technical expertise and physical effort to get the antenna back up where it should be. With both Dale and my ex-whale chair, K6CHR, helped to get me back on the air, or at least on HF. And as a matter of fact, I wrote an article for the publication that SOARA puts out, Reset, and that should go out here any day now, just tying on the ribbon, so to speak. And it explains the topic of erecting an antenna that has come down from the trees and completely get it up and running again, not on the trees per se, but on another. We've got it up about maybe 35 feet, 40 feet, something like that. A fiberglass pole, a telescopic pole. And like I said, all the information that we have, that we've gone through, the act of putting it up and what the antenna consists of and all of that. It's a tilt balloon, by the way, for HF. And everything seems to be working quite nicely. I'm able to get really great signal reports, resets, and also in the process worked quite a few other DX stations. Nothing new, but at least I was able to make contacts on the other side of the world with the antenna that is now in use. But anyway, the information will be en route to the propagator, and you guys can read all about it. And again, I want to thank W6DDT Dale and K6CHR for assisting in that really, really great project. So I'm not sure. I believe Dion gets it next. KM6 Alpha Sierra Romeo. This is WA6LDI.
This is Dion, KN6 Alpha Sierra Romeo. And my goal for 2026 is to get my general license. Got a lot of things going on, but I've decided that I'm going to keep ham radio as one of them. move up in that as I continue to investigate wave theory and the like. I'll buy Gordo's book and I'll just work through that. And then I'll come in, I'll take the test. I'll get my general, and then I can get a radio that has more HF capabilities and start exploring in on that. It's good to be on the net with the club members. Now I'll pass it on to KN6. KYT Don, take it away.
This is KN6 KYT. Thank you, John. Yeah, it seems to be a trend here. I'm also, I got, surprisingly, I don't know how I got this, but I got a Gordon West prep manual for the extra class exam. So that too would be one of my goals. I'll pair with Ray, I guess, this year. Try to study enough to get through that. Anyway, this is KN6 KYT, and we're off to Bob, N5KZV.
That's two things. Living on like way and that. Things like living away. I'll be working with that thing. That'd be part of it. Setting up part of it. Then I got a use that I made a year ago. Work to decide to make it better. I do want to now do it. I'm going to put it back together. Like that, the only thing I want to do is so with that, I will go back to
That Bob, just FYI, a lot of static on that last transmission. You were about like a 2 or a 3 on readability. And your first transmission, you came through pretty good. I don't know if you moved or something, or if something's up there, maybe a little more power. But just FYI on that. Let's go see if we've got any other check-ins at this point. Anyone would like to join the net? Please call now.
Kilo 6, Hotel India Victor.
Kilo November 6th, Hotel Echo Charlie.
All right, Canute and KN6HEC, and I'm sorry I can't remember your name. If you could come back with your name, please.
Yeah, no problem. Name is Anthony, and in a mobile, but I'm about 3 minutes away from entering the shack. So, name is Anthony, KN6HEC.
All right, thanks, Anthony. And yeah, you got a great signal. Is there any other check-ins? Please call now.
Kilo Bravo 6 Hotel Yankee, Tim.
All right, was that Tim, Tango India Mike?
Yes, sir. Tim, like Tiny Tim. For Mobile and Riverside out here tonight. Just reading the mail.
All right, very good. All right, any other check-ins? One last call? All right, the topic tonight is what are your plans in ham radio for 2026? And we'll go to Knut. You take it, hand it off to Anthony, KN6HEC. And then Anthony, you'll hand it off to Tim, Kilo Bravo 6 Hotel Yankee. And then Tim, you can hand it back to Net Control. Take it away, K6 HIV.
Thank you. Thank you for doing the net tonight. And I have been copying it as best I can I was out running an errand. So I'm a little late. Yeah, my plans for 26 are pretty much the same as they were for 25. To get on the air. Sorry to hear about the winter field day plan. I was hoping to get over there Sunday morning, but I guess Saturday I've got other plans, so I won't be able to join in there. But maybe I'll just get my rig set up POTA style Sunday morning thing at home. That might be a lot of fun and a way to get on the air a little bit extra time. Anyway, then I've got a couple little projects that I'm working on power sources for my rig. I pretty much operate strictly portable
Any rate, very good. Hey, it's a good net tonight. A lot of people. I'm sure glad to hear that. That's this gets to the net. Yeah. ATC. Good evening to you, Anthony. My what do we call it? Bugle area resident. Over to you. This is K6HIV. K6HIV, KN6HDC. Hey, Knut, good to hear you out there, and everybody else. Yeah, Knut, I think I talked to you on 20 meter when I was going down the highway. That was funny. That time when we were talking on 20 meter, and I was really close to your house, I think. But anyway, yeah, you know, it's funny you say that because I've been putting off getting my extra. You know, I keep saying next year, but I've been saying that for five years or so. So, anyway, I think I really need to start studying and get my extra, stop putting it off. So that's my goal this year for 2025 to take some time. That means sacrificing some radio time and studying and just listen to the background. That's how I got my general. It kept me motivated. I would listen to 40 meter and 80 meter and 75 and I would be studying while I was listening to the background. That was motivation. So, yeah, that is my goal for 2026, is to get my extra. So, the sooner the better, I think. But anyway, I think I'm supposed to send it to you, in HY there, but KB6HY, KN6HDC, over to you.
Oh, you got a better memory than me. KB6HY here. So, this is like coming out of the woodwork. I remember talking to Knut back probably in the 80s on the Catalina repeater group. We were pretty active back in those days. In fact, I have memories of borrowing a guy's airplane and actually flying a new repeater up to the airport. And we carried it up into the tower and left it there for somebody else to make it work. That's an old adventure. But, yeah, so we got involved in Orange County fire watch last year. And that kind of sucked me back into amateur radio. I've been kind of quiet for a few years. So I've got all kinds of sideband stuff and all kinds of antennas and stuff. So that's my goal this year, to get back on the air. Okay, I'm done. KB6HY.
All right, thanks, Tim. And yeah, good group here tonight, and good to hear everybody's ideas. Wanted to share one other one with you, and that is Summits on the Air. I do a lot of chasing on Summits on the Air. Every couple of years, the organization does like a challenge. 2024 was a 10-meter challenge. Try to get people to use more 10 meters on summits and chasing and activating. So for 2026, they announced that they are, the challenge is 2 meter and 70 centimeter sideband or CW. So I just bought this little $30 radio. It's a Quasong, because I currently don't have a radio that does sideband on 2 meter. And they have a whole YouTube video on how to flash it with a new firmware. And it does double sideband and CW on 2 meters. And I was actually able to make my first contact over to Temple Hill just the other day on sideband. And then I'm just finishing up the cable that you have to build for the CW so I can try doing CW on 2 meters. So another plan for 2026 is play around with that and playing around with this new little firmware on this Quasong dual band radio. Let's take another round and go through your ideas for the year. This time around, we're going to have, let's see, Bob, you'll hand it off to Knut, K6HIV, and then I think Knut, you know the rest of the way there, and then Tim, hand it back to Net Control. So Dale, take it away, K6EDT, K6NOP.
Well, thank you, Ray. Nice crowd tonight. Very impressive. So let's see. One of my projects was. Oh, first of all, Chris, welcome back. I'm glad to hear that you made it through the subarctic islands, and I really look forward to hearing more about your trip. I got your email, and one of my projects was to build a loop-on-ground antenna. I decided I would do that. Got that done Sunday, and have been trying it out a little bit. It's I would say the results are inconclusive at this point. There are some times when it is better. It's not uniformly better for low noise, though. Interestingly enough, I found a frequency or two where the noise on it was much higher, which strikes, and it was noise. It was localized noise, and the dipole that it was being compared against didn't hear the noise at all. So that's pretty interesting. I'm not sure what that's about. So it's from the KK5JY.net site. If it turns out to be halfway fruitful, I think I'll probably follow up with an article to the propagator. But I also bought 10 of the bifilar cores from Ferrite. So if somebody else wants to make one, they were the grand total of 53 cents each. So we can probably arrange to give some of those out. Anyway, I guess I don't know if Ray is there. If Ray's not there, then AI6WE, pick it up. W6EDT, thanks again.
Yeah, let's AE6H. Are you out there? All right, take it away, Mike. AI6WE, K6LB. Alrighty, I'm going to put Ray and Mike as 73, and let's go over to Chris. KR6ISS. Take it away, K6LB.
Yeah, I'm here for one more round. Of the 4 remote islands that this nature cruise went to, the only one that had a manned scientific station was Macquarie, run by the Australians. That was one of our landing points on that island. And I talked to the person there what their radio communication situation was there. And they said that, for communications to the outside world, it's all by satellite. And they have set up VHF repeaters. This island's 30 miles long. So if there's somebody doing research remote from the station, they can get back to the station through these VHF repeaters they have on high points on the island. So I asked about HF, and they said, yes, they still have an HF, but it's strictly backup now. They don't normally use it for anything under normal conditions. But she said that the radio operator sometimes does get on the air with amateurs on it for the fun of it, and that it's possible we could contact that station if that's going on. So I got their email of the radio operator from her. I'm going to send an email to him and find out more about what he does with the HF at Macquarie, because if you can get that logging, that would be a very rare logging on Macquarie Island. What we basically did on the island was shut thousands of king penguins and royal penguins, just masses of them, just thousands of them, and then all mixed in with sea elephants and sea lions, all in a big mishmash on the beaches, and definitely a unique experience, but a little bit on the rough side. I had a couple of falls trying to just traverse these islands, and I just got banged up a bit, but we got through it okay. But all kinds of hundreds and hundreds of pictures of all the stuff we saw. It's sort of a David Attenborough kind of an experience on these islands. Anyway, I'm going to say 73. I got 4 or 5 loads of wash to do coming in yesterday. I'm going to send it on to Glenn and say 73 for you guys. I'll probably also get on the net on Sunday and talk some more about the trip then.
Hey, this is Glenn, November 6th, Echo Sierra. I'm going to say 73s. I got to get to bed. I guess I'll pass it on to Phil or net control. Hey, thank you, Glenn. This is Phil, WA6LDR. I think I'm going to pull the plug as well. Say 73 to everyone. Great net, Ray. And looking forward to more nets as time goes by. 73 all. Take care, and we'll talk to you all again soon. This is WA6LDI passing it on to Dion, KM6ASR, WA6LDI.
KM6ASR Dion here. Yeah, my resolution is just to sometime this year study for and take the exam for the general and focus a little bit more on HF. That's just something I've made up my mind. I'm going to make room for that and just fit it in with all the other things that I do. Thanks, Ray, for running the net and passing it on to Dawn, KN6, KYT. Take it over.
This is KN6, KYT. And I too think I'll say 73, but thank you, Ray, for running the net. It's been very interesting just hearing what everyone plans out for the year. Anyway, this is KN6, KYT, and I'm handing it off to Bob, N5KZV.
This is N5KZV. I'm Twitch repeater. Hopefully you can hear me better. Like the rest of the guys, I want to make this a 73. I've enjoyed it. I like the topic, Ray, and I appreciate you running that. This is N5KZV going to Knut.
You out there? K6HIV, K6LOV.
Yeah, just traffic light change. Still here, K6HIV from beautiful downtown Rancho Santa Margarita. Hello to Dion as well, one of my neighbors. I think it was K6HY said he used to be on the Catalina repeater back in the 80s. I moved to San Diego in 85, so I was on from about 75 to 85. Really enjoyed that repeater group that was there. No idea what it's like now. Seems like I can hit the repeater from here in Rancho, but with an HT, no less. If that was HY, did you have a different call back then? And what is the first name? I didn't catch it. So over to, let's see, I'm supposed to send it over to HEC. Anthony, it's all yours, K6HIV.
Thanks, Knut. K6HIV, KN6HEC, and yeah, I guess I'll say 73. I'll probably listen out for a little bit, but I haven't had anything to eat, and I got a sandwich here looking at me, so I'll probably have that. But thanks for doing the net, Ray, and I did say for my New Year's resolution that I wanted to get my extra. And the second thing I want to do, I've activated my first park in Boda. I've got everything here. I've got my battery. I've actually been going on the off weekends that we don't go to the park there up on the hill on Felipe. I go there and I make a lot of contacts with some homebrew antennas. So I think I was just doing that just to test out to see if I can get out. Now I know I'm doing, and I'm getting out pretty well. So I think I'm ready to open up my first park, but just getting around to do it is another thing. So that is my second resolution. So opening up a park and getting my extra. And with that, I'll say 73 to everybody. Great net, Ray, and I will pass it over to KP6HY, KN6HDC.
Thanks for that. Timing was perfect. I got out of the canyon up on the toll road at the pay station here at the peak of the hill. I get back in the repeater now. So I forgot about my exciting plans for this summer is I still do land speed racing, and I go to Bonneville every year for a week. And I want to do a special event station in the middle of the Bonneville Salt Flats for a week in between racing. And I thought that would be kind of a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Instead of going finding an island, I'll do it right in the middle of Utah. So that's my mission. Okay, I'm not sure who to give it to, so keep me 6-8
Hi, thanks, Tim. I think you were the end of the line. Yeah, thanks for all that. Great comments from everyone. And I wanted to make a comment, Dion. Your motivation for that general license, stop on by Winter Field Day. We'll be out there operating on HF. You can get on the air and participate and get that motivation going for you. And Phil, I wanted to say thanks for putting that article together. I'm looking forward to seeing it. As I said in the beginning, always looking forward for articles on the propagator. So I really appreciate that. And then Anthony, I've done a lot of SOTA, but I'm somewhat new to POTA, and we did last year as a field trip. We did a POTA down at Delhini, and I've gone down and done it a few times since. And easy to do. It's easy to get into and park and just get right there. So if you ever do want to do that POTA and go down to Doheny State Beach, shoot me an email. I'll always, if I'm available, I'll join you and get down there and do another POTA. So that's always a possibility. So I'm gonna, most everyone said 73. I'm just gonna see if a few people want to say 73. Dale, I don't think you got to say 73. So why don't you take it and pass it back to me? W6EDT, K6NOV.
Thanks, Ray. Great net tonight. Great participation. It might even be close to, it's certainly a record for 2026. Everybody's got a lot to compete with. Anyway, thanks again for running the net. Back to you, 73 all W6EDT.
All right, thanks for that, Dale. And then Dion, I don't know if you've got a chance to say 73. Take it away.
This is Dion, Fan6ASR. And thanks again for running the net, Ray. Excellent. I just always appreciate the net because it's the one way that I can check that my equipment's working properly for the frequency and repeater that mean the most to me. Thanks again for everything. It's a great club. And 7-3 to everyone. Fan6ASR, back to net.
All right, thanks, Dion. And excellent point. Weekly net is always a good thing, even just to do a check-in. And if you don't stay around for the topic, you get to check your equipment, make sure it works, and you're hitting the repeater and all that good stuff. So, excellent point. All right, I think, Knut, did you want to say 73? K6HIV, K6NLV.
Hello. Hang on 1 second. Okay. My wife just asked me a question. So, at any rate, good net. Enjoyed it very much. We'll hopefully we can do this again and again. So 7-3 do all tonight. Forget somewhere. 6 HIV and over to ATC.
Thank you. Called 7-3, but thanks for that, Camille. Tim, you get a chance to say 73. Take it and pass it back to me. KB68FY, K6NLV. Me and guided me through my first POTA. I did get what is the app I got? I got an app, and I can't remember off the top of my head. It's what I got for the POTA. It's supposed to work without any internet, just in case you don't have any good cell service, and then I can upload later on. So yeah, that'd be awesome. So anyway, everybody have a great evening and a great net, by the way, Ray, and appreciate you doing that. Over to I don't think you said 7-3, but we'll send it over to KB6HY just in case. I'm not over Ray. KB6HY, go ahead and take it. KB6HD.
Right, thanks for that. We're still here. That was a pretty good double there, kind of a power struggle. Well, Knut, if you're listening out, no, Catalina is not what it was back in the 80s, and I know you were part of it. And that was an incredible family of radio people that socialized both on the radio and we had a lot of eyeballs, we had a lot of breakfasts, we had all kinds of stuff. And every morning there would be about 5 or 6 guys all the way to work and all the way home every single day. It was a good group, so but that's gone now. So. Okay, yeah, I'm thinking about getting that solid state amplifier and a sideband rig and stick it in the toy hauler. So when we go to Bonneville this year, we can stick a vertical up, I guess, right in the middle of it, 10-mile square salt flat. That should radiate pretty good. So, okay, 73s, everybody.
We'll see you again on KB6HY. And back to Ray, I think.
All right, thanks, Tim, and 73. And sorry, Anthony, I think I doubled with you there. I thought you had said 73, and so I had called out after Canute. But thanks everyone for all the topics tonight, and good net, and good crowd. Definitely, I think one of the larger nets I've been involved in. So that's good for 2026. Good start off. If you guys haven't seen already, the ARRL has called 2026 the Year of the Club. You know, they encouraging participation in the clubs and clubs doing more activities to kind of help keep the ham radio alive. So a good start with this crowd for 2026, the Year of the Club. So thanks everyone, and I will close this net and return the repeaters to normal operation. 73 all. K6 NOV.
Comment, Ray, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. K6 NOV.
Yeah, I caught, when I was in my mobile, I caught something about the winter field day. Is there something, what date is that? And did something get canceled? Or, I know we were doing it Saturday, but I'm not sure if that's still on.
Yeah, no, it's still on. The 24th is the day. And I think what Ray 6H was saying is that, although Winter Field Day runs both Saturday and Sunday, we're only participating on Saturday. So that's nothing got canceled. It's just that's kind of our plan. And we're definitely much more casual on this Winter Field Day than we are on the field day in the summer. So as he said, come anytime you want, leave whenever you want. Just come and have a good time and play some radio in the park. So hope to see you there. K6 NOV.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I think I got that. Somebody had mentioned that. Maybe I got that from Ray or A6H or somebody. But I do have that on my calendar for the 24th, and I have 11:30 p.m. So I'm assuming setting up to the same day, but probably a few hours earlier.
No, we're going to just meet there 9 a.m. Pacific on Saturday, and go until we're cold or it's dark. So that's kind of the timing on Saturday the 24th.
Okay, great. I'll update my time to 9 a.m. I had 11:30. I don't know why I put that. But anyway, 9 a.m. and we'll be there. And thanks for doing that, and we'll catch you later. KN6HDC.
You have a good evening, Anthony. G6 NLB.